Hey everybody, it's Greg from Park Journey. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the Disney Genie Plus and Lightning Lane that is coming to Walt Disney World and Disneyland. This is basically the replacement for the Fast Pass system on both coasts. It's also replacing Fast Pass Plus at Walt Disney World and the Max Pass at Disneyland. So basically both coasts are going to have the same system. They'll both be a little bit different, and we'll kind of get into that a little bit. But before we do, make sure you click below to subscribe to our channel. We'd greatly appreciate it. So in this video, I could, sit here and talk about the differences and kind of what it does and, all those types of things and, pluses and negatives. And I'll get into a little bit of that. I'm not going to try and sit here and kind of explain what this is and what it does, because that's not what we do. And there's probably 10,000 videos out there trying to kind of explain this entire system right now. I want to get into why I personally think these passes are a good deal and why I personally use similar passes at other parks, the rationale that I use to justify the expense of that. So I'm going to get into that a little bit first, and then we're going to get into a little bit of the details of the Disney Genie thing. But I want to concentrate more on my personal reasoning for using these types of passes, because there's 10,000 videos out there about the details of this plan that are probably better explained than what I can do. But I can explain why I use these passes better than anybody else. So that's what I'm going to do first. I also wanted to kind of touch a little bit on how this compares to other theme park skip the line passes. Because a lot of the things I've been seeing on Twitter is, Disney's already charging an arm and a leg to get in the park. Now they're charging an extra to get Fast Pass and things like that. Which, it's true. I mean, they are charging extra. Don't get me wrong. It could have been a lot worse, to be honest with you. And I think a lot of the speculation was that it was going to be more than $20 or $25 a day. So just as an example, just talk a little bit about what other parks do with regards to their skip the line passes. So, for example, Universal Orlando 2-Park Express Pass, skip the regular lines at participating rides and attractions, $119.99 for both Universal Florida and Islands of Adventure. But that varies by day. That was today on a Wednesday in August. Universal Hollywood, looking at the August calendar for their Express Pass, today, August 18th, Wednesday, $239 for their Express Pass. Next week, $219 all day, down to $199 on the 31st of August. So their Express Pass prices go from $169 on their lowest day to $269 on their highest day. Knott's Berry Farm, here in Southern California, their fast lane is from $89 a day. That is the lowest price you will pay for a fast lane at Knott's Berry Farm. They also have Fast Lane Plus at other parks like Cedar Point and things like that are quite a bit more than that. And then lastly, looking at Magic Mountain or Six Flags, the Flash Pass Bronze, which reduces your wait by 25%, is $55 a day, as low as $55 a day. The Flash Pass Gold, which reduces up to 60%, as low as $85 a day. And then the Flash Pass Platinum reduces your wait time up to 90%, as low as $125 per day. Now, for me, I have used these types of passes at a lot of parks throughout the years. I have never used it at Universal Hollywood other than at Halloween Horror Nights. And I have never used it at Magic Mountain other than the front of the line for their Fright Fest. I've never used it at Knott's Berry Farm other than their fast lane, fright lane for Knott's Scary Farm. And there's a reason why I haven't done it. It's because I visit those parks a lot. And I don't feel the need to pay that amount for the skip the line passes, or all of these parks, as far as Knott's and Six Flags are concerned, have yearly upgrades for their Flash Pass or Fast Lane that you can pay for the entire year, and it's like $800 and something. I don't do it. I don't think it's worth it for me personally, because again, I visit these parks often. I can go in and ride a few things. If I don't ride everything in a day, not that big of a deal. Now, on the flip side, every single Six Flags park or Cedar Fair park that I have visited other than Knott's Berry Farm and Six Flags Magic Mountain, I use these passes. I'm going to put it out there. I pay and I use these passes. Why? Because these are parks that I don't visit often, or I may only be visiting for the first time ever, or it might be my first or my last time ever at this park. So for me, paying an extra $60 to $120 to make sure that I can get the most out of my day, it's a no-brainer to me. This is my hobby. I don't get paid to do this. We get a little bit of ad revenue, not a whole lot. But this is my hobby. I don't want to visit a park like Cedar Point for the first time and spend 12 hours out of my 16-hour day just waiting in line. I would rather pay an extra $80 to $100 and be able to ride everything that I want to ride, and ride things multiple times, and enjoy my day, and see a show, and have a nice meal, and ride some of the flat rides, and see some characters, or whatever it is. That's why I get these passes at other parks. And that's how I justify paying the extra $20 to $25 a day at Disney. It's not necessarily so I could get on Space Mountain without a long wait. It's not necessarily so I can hop over to DCA and get on Incredicoaster without a long wait. That's not necessarily the reason why you get these passes. You get these passes so you can take a break. You can sit on a bench and people watch. You can go have a drink. You can have a sit-down lunch or a sit-down dinner. You can go and enjoy the teacups, or wait in the line for the Storybook Canal. Take a ride on the Mark Twain. Do the canoes. Ride the Disneyland Railroad. Because you're not waiting in hours and hours and hours of lines for the e-tickets. It allows you to sit back and enjoy the Tiki Room, because you're not saying, oh, I need to get in line for Indiana Jones because it's an hour and a half wait. I can't do the Tiki Room today, or I can't do the Tiki Room this visit, or whatever it is. That is the point of these passes as far as I am concerned. It's probably not what Disney is thinking about. They're thinking about, hey, Greg is not waiting in line for Indiana Jones. He can go shop at the Adventureland Bazaar and buy a whole bunch of stuff. No, for me, it's, hey, I can sit on this bench and watch some people, sit on the rivers, have a snack, have a popcorn, have a clam chowder bowl, and relax for a little bit because I don't need to rush to the next ride. That, to me, is the point and the benefit of these skip the line things. Period. So as far as, and I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on the Disneyland side of it, because I haven't been to Disney World since 2007, so I never got to use FastPass Plus. So I don't really feel comfortable commenting on it as far as from a personal experience. So I'll leave that to the plethora of Walt Disney World accounts that are out there to concentrate on that. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Disneyland side. So, I remember when FastPass started in, 1999. I thought it was great then. There was always these workarounds on the system. I mean, I remember when you could even use your Knott's Berry Farm season pass to get a FastPass at Disneyland. Breaking the rules a little bit. Yeah, I'll admit it. It probably wasn't the right thing to do or the smartest thing, but we did. And then obviously, we used them throughout our time as annual pass holders at Disneyland. We were annual pass holders at Disneyland from 1996 to January of 2013. So obviously we used Fast Pass a lot during those, 17 years of being pass holders. Now, between 2013 and December of 2019, we did not have annual passes, but we would still go back and visit Disneyland every, 18 months or so. And when they introduced the Max Pass, we definitely used it. So I remember our first visit using Max Pass in September of 2017. And I'll link back to, here's a video of me talking about the Max Pass back in 2017. And we loved it. We used it that entire day. That was even the day that they started doing the Monsters After Dark on Guardians Tower. And it basically shut down the entire system. Even with that, it was still worth, I think at the time it was a $15 upcharge times 4, because there was 4 of us, so $60. It was definitely worth it. And then the second time we used Max Pass was in December of 2019. It was about a week or so before Christmas. I want to say maybe on like a Thursday. We opened and closed the park. We had a lot of first-time visitors, and we did everything. So needless to say, we were pretty big fans of the Max Pass. And honestly, looking at this Disney Genie thing, it doesn't really seem that much different than the Max Pass at Disneyland, other than the upcharge for Radiator Springs and probably Rise of the Resistance and possibly Spider-Man. So it doesn't really seem too different on that aspect of it, which is great. So as of right now, there's no word on if they will allow you to add this to your annual pass. I know that for the Max Pass, I want to say it was like $150 to add it to your Max Pass for the entire year. We did not do that upcharge on our last annual passes that we got right before they shut down, because I didn't think we would use them every visit. And I would say the same thing is probably going to be true for the Disney Genie Plus or the Lightning Lane or whatever it is. I don't think we'll use it every single time, but obviously if we want to, maximize our day in the park, paying an extra $20 or $40 for the two of us, honestly, it's not that big of a deal for us. We are going to get the pass that has the 50% discount on parking, and that's $12.50 of it right there. So I don't really think it's going to be an issue. Again, we only go to the parks, maybe once a month, once every 2 months. So an extra $40 in addition to our pass, not really a huge deal. And then obviously if we're just there for a partial day or something like that, just to hang out, then, we obviously won't upgrade to it. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I know that that was a lot to take in. Hope you all are having a great week. I will mention that we did cancel our Walt Disney World trip / Universal Orlando trip / Halloween Horror Nights trip to Florida. We were supposed to go in mid-October. We did decide to go ahead and cancel that just because we haven't been to Walt Disney World since 2007 and Universal Orlando since 2006. And this would have been our first time to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando. And it just became increasingly clear that the experience was going to be somewhat diminished because of COVID, obviously. I don't think I have to say why. But, we decided to cancel early because we could get a refund on everything except our Walt Disney World tickets. So we do have Walt Disney World tickets that we can use at some point. Obviously, we just put in a new date for 2022. And then obviously, canceled our reservations. So if you're looking for reservations on the 16th through 19th at Walt Disney World, you're in luck. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.